Hey everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, and we are here with Top Cut of the Reddit non-meta tournament. I am joined, as always, by Hardleg Gaming. How are you doing today?
I'm doing much better. I think this is the first episode you got my name right. It just fills me with joy.
Yeah, it actually took most of the time that I was going to spend studying these decks to learn how to pronounce your name correctly. So, any mistakes I make in casting are a result of that. Today we've got two individuals who are really, really good at Yu-Gi-Oh! Darkman Alt, aka Mist, aka Herman, is in Top Cut playing the deck that I think everyone was afraid was going to dominate this tournament, Thunder Dragon. Now they're on a Chaos Space build, playing a bunch of nonsense, and they're playing against NoTierGaming YT, aka Big Chief TNG. I will be linking their YouTube channel on what I can only describe as Synchro cards.
It's like Spellbook, Windwitch, Ascator, or how did you say that was pronounced again?
A skater. I'll get roasted in the comments if I say it wrong.
You'll probably see it here. Yeah, so, two very interesting decks. I knew that Thunder Dragon was going to be very popular in this matchup. You'd been saying it the whole time, but I wasn't expecting 60-card Chaos Thunder Dragon with Hydralander.
Oh yeah, in non-meta tournaments, you can really expect that the power level of individual cards is going to be much lower, and when it comes to things that are easy to hit, the always accessible stuff in the extra deck is always first on the chopping block. That means very powerful main deck options like Orbital Hydralander that just don't see play because they're inconsistent or hard to find or aren't always on, are fantastic in tournaments where the power level is just a little bit lower. I am pretty sure that Mist knows this and will be taking full advantage. Looks like we've got a Spellbook of Secrets, and I suppose afterwards we'll draw some cards.
Just thinking. It doesn't look like he has very many. Oh, okay. Not going for a blue boy?
You gotta do what you gotta do. So by normal summoning the Glass Bell, we can get an Ice Bell to hand. Now we can still summon the Ice Bell from hand. We won't be able to activate the Glass Bell if it is summoned.
Spellcaster.
And it is a spellcaster.
And now he has no monsters, so he can use the Ice Bell.
It sounds broken until you look at the 7-star monsters that they're playing, and, like, notice that Wind Pegasus Adignister is probably the best this could end on. Oh god, even going for Snowbell here. And then reborning the glass!
They found a way. Life always finds a way.
It's a 2-card combo. So Wind Pegasus Adignister.
Going into the Ignister instead of the Windwitch.
Yeah.
Because obviously time isn't a factor, so instead you want that graveyard set up.
Now in the old days, of course, you would not go into Windwitch Winterbell anyway to play around Ghost Ogre, but going into Adignister is way better because it actually has a graveyard effect and could potentially come up.
Yeah, a lot of people do not know that.
That said, Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon that's immune to destruction isn't going to be able to beat back a hand like this. I'm interested to see what Herman's able to end on, but Raiden is going to be instrumental to any of them because they do not yet have a normal summon.
Well, that's what I'm trying to think. Granted, I don't know what the Chaos Creator does, but looking at Thunder Dragons, it's mostly monster, like they have the ability to pop with Titan. Ooh, hitting with the Ash Blossom. And then they have a whole bunch of high-attack monsters that are also really high level. Neither of those can get over a destruction-immune Crystal Wing.
Wow, so this is kind of interesting. By firing off the Book of Moon, which, by the way, I think is a criminally underplayed card, going first, it's sometimes Solemn Warning. Going second, it can turn off one piece of negation. It's just another card like Mind Control that fiends a negate, even if it doesn't necessarily resolve the board state. Used here to prevent a rank for a further pop-off, and, geez, that may actually be the end of the turn.
Yeah. It's the poor man's infinite impermanence. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, and a pass back.
You may have underestimated this Windwitch deck, Joseph.
Apparently. I mean, Book of Moon doing a ton of work there alongside the Ash Blossom. We didn't even need the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. Thinking about the defense on Raiden, it's 1,000. Unfortunately, won't be able to get over it with the Blue Boy, so we will have to draw a couple of cards off of Spellbook of Knowledge. Let's see what we find. More interruption.
So is this just going to be sitting on Crystal Wing and then using a bunch of spell cards to stop him from comboing off?
Now, the unfortunate part is that this does trigger Brotar, but the unfortunate part for Darkman Alt is that Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, of course, negates activations, and therefore can stop it even in the damage step.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, hey!
What a rip off the top. Going for the Called by the Grave here on the Thunder Dragon Dark. That will, of course, trigger the effect of Dragon Dark, if Darkman Alt so wants, but also negates it.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I can't help but feel that they probably wish they had kept that. Banishing the Thunder Dragon Hawk here would have been so much nicer.
Shot it just a little bit too early. But I guess they were worried about something coming down, some kind of chaos. I don't know, Envoy or... Again, the Chaos Creator, does that banish to summon?
It has a summoning condition of banishing a dark and a light from the graveyard.
Okay. So I don't know if that's been played a lot in this tournament, but he might have done that just to get a light monster out so he couldn't have access to Chaos Creator.
Oh, it has been everywhere. Unfortunately, we're at 4 cards in the graveyard, so Orbital Hydrolander is still offline.
Interesting.
Ooh.
Oh, and here comes the Pot of Avarice.
There it is. You were talking this up in the when we were trying to figure out how the Fire Ant a Skater deck had made it to top 32. This apparently is how. After going through a Windwitch combo, firing off Pot of Avarice and drawing a couple of cards is pretty nice.
Yeah. Basically just in... and he drew the Garnet.
Awesome.
But just the idea that, like, you know, you have the Windwitch, very competent sort of synchro engine, and... just being able to reset it with Pot of Avarice and then draw 2 in the process. Ooh, chain blocking.
God, this is rough. So it looks like we're going for Brotar as Chainlink 1 and Dark as Chainlink 2. Even though Dark is still under the Called by the Grave, you can still activate its effect to chain block.
Interesting. And just setting the Ascator because maybe it'll survive until next turn. I mean, to be fair, Darkman has not attacked yet.
Oh, that's a sweet rip. Armageddon Knight off the top must be nice. It's kind of weird. I like the idea, the theory behind this Windwitch deck, but usually when you see archetypes like this, they're paired with something else that provides some sort of, I don't know, positive pressure to a deck that is otherwise just trying to attack once per battle phase with a Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon.
Well, I think the point is that he wants to draw into a Skater because that'll allow him, he can discard a card to special summon it, make another Synchro, and then again just reset that engine.
Going for Verte Anaconda here, this will trigger the effect of Roar, and Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon will negate it. That's going to allow Verte Anaconda to resolve if it so desires. Orbital Hydrolander comes down. See if they go for the effect. Ooh, a Chaos Space hit as well.
Mill 3, discard 1, or destroy 1, correct?
So, you do get to destroy 1, and it doesn't target, but the unfortunate part of this is it can't destroy the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, because, of course, it was made with a copy of Snowbell, I believe?
Yeah.
Ugh,
and, of course, he's going to go ahead, destroy my face down. It's only going to make me more powerful. Yeah, baited.
Alright, so we are going to be able to make Chaos Creator here, and fun fact, these have the same number of stars, so you might be seeing a rank 8 come down. If they were playing any in the main deck, there's some in the extra, but they're a little more suspect.
They're playing 1 in the main deck, but it's not of use here.
Oh, you're right, yes they are. It's the one you would expect, for anyone wondering.
Alright, going into the Striker Dragon.
Alright, then we'll activate Chaos Creator and get back this Brotar. We'll trigger the Brotar, picking the target here. Striker Dragon is fine. It is both a Dark and a Dragon.
Yeah.
And
I'm just looking. The only thing I can think of that can really get them out of this whole indestructible Crystal Wing would be they have a Borreload Savage in the graveyard, or in the extra deck. If they could make that, it would have enough attack to get over the 3,000, and they could negate when it tries to increase its attack.
So that would do it. I'm also looking at Spheres, which potentially could, but much harder to do so. We're going for a Levianeer here to shuffle hand. Let's get that Veiler back in the deck.
Oof.
Oh no, don't activate it! It'll be able to attack! I actually don't know if that's the case. Alright, we'll fire off the Chaos Space here, and Thunder Dragon Matrix the find.
Oh?
Ah, yes.
Away. Oh,
Wait.
yeah, unicorn. I don't know how I didn't...
We're over here racking our brain like, how could we possibly do this? Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, it can still be targeted. My bad.
The generic nightmare can actually do it.
Yep.
Alright, down goes Crystal Wing. And to the graveyard goes a Thunder Dragon fusion for Verte Anaconda. Here comes the big boy.
I think that's about all she wrote. Or not.
I may be missing. Going for Wind Pegasus, adding a Nister here. So because a card they control was destroyed by battle, they can shuffle a card their opponent controls into the deck. Probably not lethal here.
Yeah, but he's on... Well, granted, if he draws the one Windwitch, he can just make it again because they bounced it back. Ooh, and there's the escape. Oh, I was like, there's the Escator with no card to discard. Except
I was so excited.
He's got a card. Of course, his one Fire Ant Escator is in the graveyard, so he can't actually synchro.
And says in chat, way too late, fucker.
A sad state of affairs.
Yeah,
I think once you go into the side deck, they don't. I mean, I'm looking at the Thunder Dragon player has Dark Ruler no more, and if your entire strategy is to end on a Crystal Wing, that might put a little damper on things.
Oh man, I drew a Skater and Metal Foes fusion an hour before I drew that. I threw that shit before I came in the room. Do I even side against you? What do I side? Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot that really makes sense.
Yeah, neither of them really have a whole lot that they'll want to be citing.
I'm actually surprised that NoTierGaming doesn't have things to board into. Thunder Dragon was always going to be everywhere. Oh gosh, and looks like we're just playing a control deck here. Judgment, Book of Moon, Scapegoat.
I thought Scapegoat was banned. I forgot that it was still at 1.
Yeah. Well, you know, for what it's worth, if they had also drawn Ice Spell, this could have been the end of the game.
True. And they go into the Pot of Desires, so they're just getting, all the things.
What a series of rips.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll go for Armageddon Knight, met with an Effect Veiler, always. We're going to get in for 1400 here. And it looks like, yeah, nothing else in hand that actually does anything. Scapegoated end step. Are we going to game 2?
We're already on game 2, good sir.
Game 3?
Okay, there we go.
Wow, what a draw for turn.
There we go. Of course, he's got to link away 2 of those tokens first to make room, and he'll have to get rid of the Monster Reborn to summon it.
There are almost no good things in the extra deck of NoTierGaming. You know, no disrespect to them, but a lot of the really powerful link payoffs were banned. So making something good out of this link Haribo is actually going to be very difficult. It's probably just going to be Abomination pass.
Yeah, Abomination, he might be able to... I'm trying to think if he could somehow get into Avramax.
But either way, like, Abomination plus the Escator monster is not going to be lethal, unfortunately.
Oh, no. But he's playing the control deck. He still has that Solemn set and whatever the other thing is.
Alright, so here's 4. What are we making?
He's got to be going for Avramax. I don't think he would use all those if he was just going to...
Okay. And here's where you make access code. No.
Oh, okay. Whatever, nerd. That's fine.
Pitching
pitching the Monster Reborn.
Monster Reborn.
So wow, that's gotta feel bad. Avramax plus 1 level 8. Someone give this man a UC.
Am I missing something? Oh no. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect, except Synchro monsters!
Okay, it's not after. Gotcha.
Who knew that this had stipulations on it? Not me. I have never read this card.
Oh, yeah.
I've played decks with this card and haven't read it.
I did not. I forgot this card. I forgot they retrained the old Synchro stuff.
Well, this is very bad news, considering that all of Dark Manalt's hand is reactive. The Ride-In Book of Moon is pretty good. Going for it on summon, so they're not going to be able to mill 2.
Yeah, he's still got the Solemn. The question is, yeah, what else did he... Okay, yeah, there's the Danger Bigfoot.
All right, can we hit the Bigfoot? Oh my god, we might have. Oh, easy! Oh, God.
And it has to be a face-up card, and of course, Avramax can't be targeted or destroyed, I believe. Or is it just targeted? Can't be targeted. Gotcha.
Oh, jeez. This is painful.
Ooh. Okay, so now he can use the Ascator like he always wanted to.
Yeah, it was a 2-turn combo, folks.
The question is, what do you discuss? Okay, bringing the Bigfoot back.
All right, we're going to try and make this work. A Skater to make Draco Berserker? No, wait, it's only on monsters. We do have to wait an additional turn. Wow, and NoTierGaming says, actually, I'd prefer the second Solemn Judgment.
I'll just solemn my way to victory. It's not like he could do anything.
So Wyvern Burster is an insanely good draw. We can go from here into a Striker, and that's what we'll do.
Activate the Wyvern effect, get the Black Collapse Serpent, banish the Wyvern, summon the Serpent.
How are we doing on monsters in Graveyard? 3? Okay, so no Hydralander yet. Romulus is pretty good. Romulus is not only a monster that, when it goes to the graveyard, will be fuel for the Hydralander, it also potentially represents an additional one as you discard a card for Dragon Ravine.
Yep, and there goes the...
Of course, it represents nothing if it gets Solemn Judgmented.
Yep, Solemn Judgment number 1.
So we can go into Levianeer in defense.
And he's gonna be like, no defense allowed. Well then, the power of Solemn Judgment seeks your victory.
Maybe we're finding out how Big Chief made it into Top Cut here. Playing enough control tools to just get the job done with an attack position 3000 attack point monster.
Clearly, Book of Moon and Solemn Judgment are all you need to win this matchup.
Okay, so for Game 3, Darkman Alt is going first. This is a little interesting. Their deck is just so generally reactive. It's got all this stuff like Orbital Hydralander, like Titan, which is so much better on your opponent's turn, and of course, so many pieces of insurance that are just designed to play through negates, and, you know, the cherry on the top is Levianeer. It'll be interesting to see what they can get done going first. I wonder if you infip this. I think the answer is a resounding no.
Hard to say. It really could go either way, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, at this point you kind of have to go first and at least try to set up a board because NoTierGaming has consistently prevented you from doing the things you want to do.
Dragon Roar in the graveyard is pretty good, but it's not like we weren't able to access that. We've got no way to banish it out. We're going to send these two to the graveyard here. Let's see what we end on. Omega. That's enough to make the Hydralander.
Overlay 2 level 8s?
No, but it's just going to be a pass from here. So Hydralander is a Trident, which is fine, but as long as you play through exactly the Trident, you know, it's probably not going to be too big of a deal, and Infip is a fine way to do that. Ice Spell off the top. What a rip!
Yep. Beyblades, let's go.
Oh, no. Yeah, so you can chain to this.
Alright.
I would even consider Book of Mooning here. Okay, it looks like it didn't get it.
Okay, 5. So there goes the Secrets, which... Well, I mean, granted, he would have been able to draw more, because this doesn't use his normal summon, correct?
That is correct. Okay, from here, we can, of course, summon that Ice Spell out, get ourselves a copy of Glass Spell, fire off the Glass Spell effect for a Snowbell, summon...
We've all seen this combo before. It's essentially Martial Metal Marcher from 3 years ago.
Think like A-Lister into Almirage into Secure Gardener, but even less brain cells necessary.
And I assume, yeah, you're just going to go for that Indestructible Crystal Wing because, again, that's such a good pick for this particular deck.
And I like this, going for the Orbital Hydrolander, even though it's negated, because it mills for cost. And that really did get a bit of a payoff here. The Thunder Dragon Dark in the graveyard is something if we draw any enabler whatsoever. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon's great, but will really only do 3k here. It and Book of Moon plus double DD Crow are going to have to pull NoTierGaming across the finish line.
You're going to have to do a lot of work today.
DD Crow is just so frustrating against exactly this deck. You want to be able to banish their cards in the graveyard, you think, you know, intuitively. But the things that banish things from the graveyard and require things in the graveyard are unknown cards that banish for cost. And then the monsters that are very powerful in the graveyard are cards like the Thunder Dragons, which get their effects when they're banished. So, like, while you can kind of tunnel in on thinking, oh, it's a graveyard deck, I need to be boarding DD Crow, in a lot of scenarios, it's just not very good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's really weird because that's a side deck card of his, and I'm wondering why you would side into that against Thunder Dragons, because it's like, I don't know much about Thunder Dragons, and I know you don't banish their cards.
There are scenarios in which it's quite good. Drawing into more draw here. Going for the Thunder Dragon first, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yep.
Allure of Darkness. Let's see it. Oh, those were good. Whoa!
And the Seifert.
Wow, those were insane. Okay, well, Gold Sarcophagus represents just about anything.
I've seen this play before.
Alright, so we're going to banish the Thunder Dragon Dark and trigger its effect. I think ideally they want that to bait out the Crystal Wing, which it does. Alright, next up is Seifert.
But of course, normal... Is he normal summon the Seifert, or...?
Yeah, on normal summon, I think we're going to see the Book of Moon. God, that's painful.
And he just had the pass!
Yeah, I mean, the good news is, you know, because there's monsters in Dark Manalt's hand, we have, like, infinite time. This deck has no pressure whatsoever.
Yeah. It's like, he can get around it, but there's another Book of Moon.
Hey, we'll try it with the exact same play again!
Second verse, same as the first.
And so Spellbook of Secrets back to the hand.
If he's going to be allowed to keep that at some point, then he'll get some draws next turn. It's just a matter of if Omega is going to keep taking that same card out of his hand.
It's literally banished it 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row! If you're Dark Mantle, you have to think the entire hand is Spellbook of Secrets, and they're just, like, I've boarded out their targets by accident or something.
Something they... Interesting. Setting Solar, because I guess he just knows there's not really...
I mean, you can't go for the Seifert while the Crystal Wing is still up. God, a lot of hesitation out of NoTierGaming saying, yeah, I know I have the Book of Moon set. I'm not going to burn the Crystal Wing negate on something like a Psy-Frame Lord Omega. I just want 2 negates instead of 1.
What you could do... Well, I don't know how many links he has. No, he's pretty much used all his links. Never mind.
Oh my god, Gold Sark added it to the hand!
Gold Sark revolting in this day and age. This is why we play non-meta tournaments.
Oh god, this is painful. Alright, it looks like finally we have not banished the Spellbook of Secrets. DD Crow is the hit here.
Very nice. Activating another Allure of Darkness.
Oh, let's go!
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Alright, and I am not familiar with that.
Alright, so this is the prize card. It's got a Pendulum effect and a monster effect. The Pendulum effect is you can pay 1,000, target a banished dragon, and add that monster to your hand. The monster effect, I think we're about to see now that this Crystal Wing is now dead. You can special summon it through normal chaos means. You can only do this once per turn. You can pay half your life points to send as many cards you control as possible to the graveyard, except from the EMZ, and then send the same number of cards your opponent controls, then do 300 to each of them. Now, importantly, it does send.
Ah, I see. And then the DD Crow coming down.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
Here it is. Chaos Emperor Dragon in the Pendulum Zone here. Going to pay 1,000 to put this Sed back in the hand. Pretty much accomplishes the same thing, but will be met with a Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Oh my god, he just had everything.
Every hand trap possible.
And I
it all comes together, Chief.
I don't know where you go from this. Oh my gosh. Alright, so it looks like they're going to summon from the face-up extra deck, the Chaos Emperor, Then we'll trigger Roar to get a Matrix. I expect at resolution we will fire off the Book of Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Summon of Matrix, down comes the book. Now, Sed is a giant problem for NoTierGaming because it's recursive. It's going to go to the face-up extra deck. And you're only attacking with one monster a turn.
Well, he's really got to hope that Spellbook of Secrets does a lot of work for him this time.
What's the best possible stuff it could draw? Like, the Skater guy, and then we make another rank 8?
Yeah, that's pretty much what he needs, is a Skater plus a card to discard. I mean, he already has one.
Veiler's good.
So, yeah, the Veiler, that's going to buy him another turn. I'm trying to think. It looks Dragon Berserker of Tenyi. Destroys an effect monster. No, it has to send it to the graveyard.
We could go for the Seifert and then attack into the Sed, but that just cleans 2, and this Crystal Wing doesn't even win the game then. You're still 500 off lethal. We drew the wrong half again!
Once again.
Oh my god.
Garnet Warehouse.
Oh boy. I mean, I suppose you just walk into the Seifert and say, fine, I'll negate the on-field effect of the Sed if you activate it, and then we'll try again next turn.
Yeah.
This is
really a grind coming down here.
An unreal back and forth just because of this ridiculous Synchro deck's inability to close out a single game.
Just like, yeah, you can't kill me, but I can't kill you either.
Okay, up comes Sed. Looks like we are going for Sed. I will bet you that gets negated. Yep.
Yeah. I assume it's a hard once per turn.
It in fact is.
The Ash Blossom.
Oh! Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, it is not a hard once per turn.
Oh.
It's a soft once per turn.
Wow.
The pendulum effect is... What the heck? Down comes Chaos Creator. What a fantastic... We're thinking on the banish real quick. I don't even know if it's going to matter.
Well, it depends if he realizes that it's a soft once per turn.
Yeah, no, I think that we might just have it anyway. We could fire off the Thunder Dragon Fusion, putting back Thunder Dragons so we can clear the field with this Thunder Dragon Titan. I guess we can't because it was made with the Bell effect.
And they can't battle over it because it'll just gain attack. It honest itself.
Matrix, Dark, Roar here are all triggering. So down comes Roar. I guess we could just lose our field to make a unicorn. That might work.
Yeah, although he's got the effect Veiler.
Oh, we're going for Verte Anaconda instead.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, don't have the 2k necessary.
Yeah.
Oh, God, this Veiler is...
And there it goes, and there's the effect Veiler.
So brutal.
Like, who would win, an army of dragons and unicorns and chaos? Or one big crystal boy?
This is interesting. So, Chaos Emperor Dragon, it says, if this face-up special summoned card leaves the field, it goes to the bottom of the deck. But, I don't know if it remembers, if it's been Book of Moon.
Hard to say, hard to leg.
This is a thinker.
A real thinking man's game. And he's still got DD Crow. Oh? Oh.
Alright.
Oh, it doesn't have a level so he can crash it.
That's funny, but Crystal Wing is boosted from negation.
Something early, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the out is here.
Does DD Crow have any attack?
It has 100.
Okay, because I'm trying to think, like, what do you do? How do you get over the Ixie on your turn? Because it's not going to gain attack, and as long as he doesn't activate anything, he can crash. But you could activate your own DD Crow and then negate it, and then gain 100 attack over it.
Well, for what it's worth,
if you were really big brain,
the Hope Harbinger redirect attack does
I
in
think
fact.
I lost you there for a second.
Yeah, the Hope Harbinger redirect attack does, in fact, activate. So they'll be able to negate the effect of the Hope Harbinger on the way to attacking the Titan, which they can get over for damage.
Ah, interesting.
So because of that, it looks like they're going to have to link their entire board away for Nightmares so they're not just dead. And then pass turn. No! No! Alright, down comes a Skater and we're going to battle phase. A Skater into Phoenix to take damage, to put the 5th card in the graveyard? What? Oh no, just to get a better Pot of Avarice.
Yeah.
Oh, a Skater effect! Crystal Wing negate! Oh
no! Yes! Negate your own cards!
No, it doesn't work like that! You have to actually destroy the monster in order for this to gain the attack. The Skater's already destroyed! They're gonna live!
They live for now.
I can't believe how crazy this game has been. Oh my god. Okay, well, the good news is they do get to fire off the Pot of Avarice and put back all the garnets.
Here again.
Ooh, another Pot of Avarice. We almost... Wait, we have it again! We can do it again!
Not once per turn, broken.
Oh my god, why... This card is at 3, folks. Why are you not playing this?
Yeah.
Think how good it is in the game state where you draw 35 cards from your deck and the game goes back and forth for 15 turns.
Granted, he normal summoned, but...
3 hand drafts.
After, so he can't draw again.
Alright. Oh god, and unfortunately getting to draw 2 cards because of the way Unicorn works. Hawk and Zephyros, those are pretty good ones. We get to activate the fusion in the graveyard for the Chaos Creator, and this might actually be the end of the game.
Hard to say. Yeah, the Link monsters can't go in... Or are you saying it's the end of the game because Darkman can do something?
Oh yeah, no, I think there's going to be some unbelievable combo that will end in NoTierGaming's demise. Obviously, Unicorn is not available, but I think there's still stuff that could conceivably out the Crystal Wing. They're just correcting the SED real quick. But in fact, yeah, because it was flipped face down by Book of Moon, I think they're determining if it will or will not end up. Regardless, it wasn't summoned last turn after that happened, so wouldn't a very repairable game state.
Gotcha.
All right, we're going to Chaos Creator here, and that'll trigger Roar and Matrix.
All the effects. Discount effect warehouse.
I'm seriously, how do we get out of this? There's very little in this deck that can deal with Crystal Wing. It's got to be pretty much exactly Savage Dragon. I guess Spheres might do it, but where are you getting the dragons?
I mean, even if they have Spheres, they have to wait until his next turn, and then he can just negate it as soon as the turn starts with Crystal Wing.
Yeah, if the effect isn't literally removing Crystal Wing, you're probably letting it through.
Yeah.
Alright, they are resolving this real quick. And goodbye to Chaos Emperor Dragon. Goes to the bottom of the deck.
There we go.
And of course the deck was shuffled about 16 times in the meantime.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
Alright,
those things I always like... The weird mechanic of, does a card remember it was special summoned for like
oh! Wait, that does it! Wait, that does it! Okay, so now all we need is a Link monster with over 25, or a way to non-destruction out the Synchro Dragon. Saruya will do it!
The question is...
Oh no, Chainlink 1, Saruya, Chainlink 2, Dark. They'll be able to Ash Blossom here. If Saruya ever activates in its own chain, we can ogre it.
Yeah. So the question is he going to get greedy? Is he going to activate that Saruya to try to summon from hand to get more damage on board?
There's no way you do it until after the battle phase.
I don't know.
We're gonna find out.
Palms are sweaty.
Lev to the hand. DD Crow in response to the Lev. Yep. And to the battle phase. Oh, after 15 turns of holding the fort, the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon about to be brought down by Baguska, of all things.
Yeah, and unfortunately he's not going to be able to get the search with other things. Granted, he can activate the Ghost Ogre on the Baguska when it detaches, I think.
That is not true. It doesn't activate, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's just doomed then.
Yep, and draws a hand trap for turn, sets a spellbook Magician of Prophecy. What a miserable game 3, but it looks like Dark Manalt is going to walk with it, provided they can just, you know, navigate a single face-down defense position monster here. Maybe they'll get decked.
Hard to say. Depends how many resources he has left in the deck. I mean, most of his big playmakers. He might not be able to secure game here. And now that Baguska's in attack mode...
all we need is a skater off the top.
Yeah. All we need is that one skater. Or, I mean, he could draw back into his Windwitch engine again.
Well, look at that. Trying to figure out a way to do this around the ogre in the hand.
Oh, does he know that he has ogre in hand?
I think just a game sense.
I just got to assume.
Alright, we're going to go for the Hawk here to bring back the Roar. Special, the Chaos Valkyria. Oh, we haven't seen this yet. Saruya 1, Matrix 2. Go into battle phase. Played around it. Effect activates. There is still secrets in the deck somehow. 21, 24, 28. Is that enough?
Plus the...
oh my god, it's 100 over! Oh.
So close, and yet so far.
Wow.
Still gotta give it to him. Gotta give him the hand. Interesting deck. Not quite enough pressure, but I'm glad to have seen it. I might have to try something like this myself.
It was cute, but here he says, I never drew engine shit. There's no engine in the deck! It's literally just Icebell. Oh, man.
There's 2 engines, but it's 6 cards out of 40.
Oh,
so the chances, like, when your deck is mostly not engines,
oh, God.
As many garnets as you have engine cards.
That's going to be it from us. Dark Manalt moving to top 16. Let me know what you would like to see in the next round. I think we've still got some Thunder players live. We've got some really interesting stuff, but we'll get you a breakdown as soon as top 16 is called. Until then, good luck. And good luck.